Just because I poke fun at the stories I read and or fan art featured in my videos doesn't mean that anyone should harass the creators of anything featured in this show. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that damages people emotionally and psychologically, sometimes to the point of self-harm and or suicide. Please keep any and all criticism constructive and reasonable for all parties involved. Thank you. Hey guys, what is up? This is Gothcat bringing you episode 12 of the Crappypasta show. Now, before I begin, I would like to announce that my first narration video, the pilot episode of the Crappypasta show, has actually reached the 200 view mark. Now, this may seem a bit abysmal, but when you're an obscure YouTuber like myself, it is pretty huge, so I thought I'd announce that. As for the story itself, I'll be reading a tale called The Narration. Now, he's not going to be in this video, but the author did decide to feature the famous Creepypasta narrator, Mr. Creepypasta, as an indirect character of sorts. Unfortunately, this guy failed pretty hard to make a decent story out of it, mainly because it's somewhat ridiculous. Now, without further ado, enjoy the show, guys. I enjoy creepypastas. I discovered the A few years back and constantly read the blogs and listened to the narrations on YouTube constantly. My favorite narrator, though, was Mr. Creepypasta. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night, I would stay up and wait until he put up a new video. Every other night, I would go into my favorite routine. When I took a shower, I would set up a couple speakers, turn off the lights, and listen to creepypastas on my phone while I showered. I would always put it on my favorite playlist, Nightmare Fuel. I had already heard every single story from it, but I still enjoyed listening to them again. A couple days ago, I was going through this routine. I had just finished listening to Laughing Jack again. It still gave me the chills. When the next story started, it began with the sound effect of a shower. I found this rather humorous, as I was also in the shower at the time. I expected this to be the creepypasta in the shower. I heard this one numerous times and frankly was bored of it. I moved the shower curtain slightly as I was about to get out and change it, but the story started differently. Instead of starting with the question, have you ever been taking a shower while alone, etc., etc., it began with something that took me back a bit. It began with, Sam moves the shower curtain and pauses. I was obviously confused by this. The sentence described exactly what I was doing at the time, and my name was Sam. This was incredibly strange and a bit unsettling. I took a long pause before doing anything else, as did Mr. Creepypasta. As I leaned over to pick up my bar of soap to continue my shower, he talked again. Sam leans to pick up his soap. I was getting really freaked out. I was about to turn off the water and get the hell out of my shower when he spoke again. Sam was quite shocked by the narration. This is impossible, I thought to myself. It's a pre-recorded video. How could this happen at all? Sam is trying to evaluate his situation to avoid making an impulsive, costly decision. I had no idea what he meant by that, and I didn't know what to do other than just sit and wait for him to talk again. I was so shocked and frozen in fear I couldn't even feel the rush of the water on my back. I turned the heat up and he narrated that too. Mr. Creepypasta was narrating my shower. I was in complete disbelief. I went to turn off the shower. I was going to take my phone and destroy it. I didn't want to listen to or even hear the word creepypasta ever again. It's standing in the bathroom, waiting for Sam. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was talking about or what it is. Frankly, I didn't want to find out either way. All I knew is there was no way in hell I was going to get out of that shower. Sam has to get out of the shower eventually, and when he does, he will meet a fate worse than death. It will take him, and his anguish cries for mercy will be left unheard by human ears. That was the last thing I heard from him. It's been a long time since he said those words, and I'm still in the shower. I don't even know how long, because all I can see is darkness in here. I suspect it's been at least 2 days, though. I'm starving and cold, but I refuse to get out and refuse to see whatever it has in store for me. I have noticed one thing, though. Since the beginning of the narration, as I call it, started, there hasn't been a video change. In other words, the playlist hasn't advanced to the next creepypasta. This means it isn't over, and Mr. Creepypasta still has a story to finish narrating. Okay, I think the main flaw of this story is, well, first of all, there are a few spelling and grammatical errors scattered throughout the story. So basically, standard crappypasta stuff, and I think the fact that it's under the category of meepy pasta, which is a category of self-insert creepypasta rejects, definitely seems to be a bit fitting, because first of all, it says credit to Sam, and the protagonist's name is Sam, and at the beginning, this guy quips about how big of a fan he is of Mr. Creepypasta, and how he would even listen to his narrations in the shower. It's just really silly, and I think if obviously the person needs to correct their spelling and grammar, although it's not as bad as some of the creepypastas I've read, but it still needs some proofreading, and I think maybe tone down the intro, and maybe detach it from the author should detach the story from themselves a little bit, just to make it a little more realistic, because it does have a small amount of potential as a serious creepypasta. It's just a more or less a failed execution. So, okay, let's see. Next time I will read 2 crappypastas. One is It Will Only Hurt for a Second, and the other is My Name is MCCP, which, believe it or not, I think features Jeff the Killer. I don't know, but as for my next upload, get ready for an all-new episode of Not Sure If Troll. This is Gothcat signing out. Thank you, and goodbye.